Well, I forgot to turn on the phantom power for my microphone, so I'm going through my usual introduction, and because of people wanting a asking for, hey, show a different venue while you're recording. So this is me out on my veranda doing this review, and very soon the audio that was recorded by the up closey cam will come in and you'll see exactly what I'm going to review. Don't worry if the audio gets a little out of sync. Nothing really much to do about that, but here we go. There we go. This guy right here. Yes. The Crius. The Crius. That's what people tell me it's called. I like to call it the serious tank. Why? Because I think it's a seriously good vape. I do. So here's the packaging. We just take the slide off here. All right, and we get a nice little manual right here, and that's what's inside. Your tank, glass, screwdriver. Let me take the tank out. What's underneath? Let's find out what's underneath. All right, you got Canthol, you got pre-made coils, screws, spare O-rings, and organic Japanese cotton. So let's put this all aside. Here's the tank. Okay, the manual. Really nice manual. Gotta tell you, really nice manual. Right? Really nice manual. Very well done. It explains everything there is to you, how to go about wicking it, you know, all the good stuff. So really good manual with this. Okay, let's take this guy apart. If the camera shakes a little bit, don't wig out on me, all right? 510 glass, Pyrex glass drip tip. Let me zoom in. All right, we're zoomed in, right? All right, so zoomed in, here we are. See this little up? Well, for you, I'll pull it to the side. That's your fill port. There it is. You just pull this up. First cut off the flow control. Pull that up, fill it. Piece of cake. What are some of the things they say about this tank here? Okay, it's made out of 304 stainless steel. Obvious. Pyrex glass. You can take the entire tank apart. I'm going to remove the base. There's the build deck. We'll get into that. Now I'll take this apart. O-rings, glass, vaping chamber base here with the juice flow control, and we'll get into that. And the top. So you can completely disassemble this thing to clean it really well. All right, so let's put this back together. All right, back together. So what do I really like about this thing? All right. Well. You see I currently have it coiled with stainless steel, and I'm not going to recoil it, but I will show you me wicking it. Let me get a pointy. All right, here we go. So you got very generous air holes that'll come up underneath your coil. Very generous on both sides. Very easy to coil, sort of a velocity style thing, but only, you know, single holes on either side. But what makes this really nice is, you see these chambers right here? This is where you're going to drop your wick down into. These are your wick holes. And you notice it's just not like laying it into a groove or something and screwed it in, and it always screws up on you. You don't get it wicked right. This is a piece of cake to get it wicked right the first time. All right? And so let's do that. So each one of these, here's your wicking holes. I'll get into the flow control bit once we have this wick. I forgot to bring my base out, but we'll do. All right, so I'm going to use some of my, Muji cotton. I'm going to peel off one of the pads here. Now, I wicked this with Kojin dough, with organic cotton ball. They all work stellar in here. They all work really well. All right. So there's a piece of Muji. I'm just going to fold it in half. Okay, fold it in half, and then I'm going to get my scissors out. Just cut this in half. There we go. Right. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. These are 3mm, they're 3mm inside diameter. And again, 3/16L stainless steel coils. All right, got one left. The pressed part, I'm going to cut that off now. Discard that. Take what's left, and I'm going to fold it in half. And there we got the two pieces of cotton I'm going to wick it with. All right, so as usual, I'm just going to kind of like roll it like a blunt, right? Nice and easy. Pinch one in pretty severely so I can get it through the coil. Right? So I have that through the coil. Now, I could wick the other side and do both these at the same time, but here's what I do. All right, I just don't cut it off like that. I cut them off at an angle. I lay my scissors down into this trough here. Let me get it on camera for you. And cut it off at an angle like that. All right. Do the same thing on the other side. All right, there we go. Let me do the other wick. Thread it through my coil. Trim it off at an angle. Okay, darn, I don't have my screwdrivers here. All right, so simply what I do now is I take like the tip of this and guide it down, and you don't want to compact it, but I guide it down in here. Let me bring it back on camera. So this shield on here to close everything off and just have wick holes really helps keep things in place. It really does. I hope this is coming out on camera pretty well. Could actually do better if I had one of those tiny screwdrivers. And again, try not to compact your cotton. And then once I have it in there, I kind of, go through the whole part, fluff it out to cover up the hole. You may have to push this one down a little more. Get that all fluffed out as well. Right. Get this one all fluffed out as well. And there, basically, we've got it all done. We've got it done. Let me move the tools out of the way. Let's, where's the juice? Oh, okay. So I'm going to use my whale sperm on here. Yes, I am. Okay, let's wet these wicks up. Just make sure that underneath your coils, right, that you haven't restricted your airflow. Right, just wet up your wicks a bit. Very good, okay. Mod. Oh no. Didn't I bring it up? Okay, I guess I'll put it on this. Alright, I'll put it on this. Let me bring down the wattage on this. Because this is actually coiled pretty low, because normally with this low resistance I run it in temperature control mode, because the resistance of the coil is 0.13. That's pretty low. But you can see it's starting to vaporize. Okay, let me take it off. Let's install this here. Okay, now here's your airflow control, by the way. Which, see, airflow control. I'm going to open that all the way. Thank you very much. Let's screw this up to the mod. Now, actually, what's going on here? Look at these holes right there. Oh, let me get it on camera. Look at these holes. See those are the wick holes, juice flow control holes. And as you turn this tank, you can see they show. Right? Let's do this one. There they are. I wish I had it on camera. Let's put it on camera. There it is. So it's closed off. You can see that's closed off there. We'll go wrap around till there's one open. All right? Man, I got to keep it on camera. All right? Again, off, on. All right? Now, close off your your flow control. Pop open the top of your tank, and now we can fill. Whoa, I'm making a mess. Squeeze bottles are easier, obviously. Well, I certainly make a mess when it comes to the rockers. Actually, I gotta have this on camera so you can see it. That would be nice. Not used to operating outside here. Oh yeah, don't fill so fast that you end up closing off or, juicing up the entire exposure of this hole here on the side, because then obviously it will stop filling and just go all over the place. So, again, on cam. Okay, I'll stop there. I don't need to fill it all up. But it will fill all the way up. It will. Alright. Close it. Right. Open up your flow control. Right. To where you see the wick holes. There's one. Okay, now it's open. All 4 of them are open. Take a drip tip. All right, let's see. Let's see how it tastes. Need more power. Oh yeah. Need a drink. And depending on the ratio of PG/VG that you're using, you can adjust your flow control here to accommodate whatever juice you run in here. So obviously the thicker your juice, you leave it more open. I have mine open all the way. The thinner your juice, you might want to cut it down a bit. Oh yeah. So that's at 40 watts. Whoa, that's a good vape. So, Crius, a very serious tank. Our vapor. Bye.